Hey there everybody, Donald Sarah here. I've been telling you guys for quite a while about just like little tidbits about this Mafia game that I've been playing. It's just like been little like mentionings or even I have a video of a song dedicated to it, just like a parody. And but I haven't actually told you about this game, about how it works and the whole shebang. So this video is going to be completely about that. I'm also hoping for this to be a good introductory video for new players, so that they can get the key basics of what they need to know with playing this game. So first off, this game originates from a party game. You would normally play it in real life with real life friends, who has those, and and basically you sit in a circle. The people get their roles from either like a name scribbled on a card or a piece of paper, or even you can do it with playing cards, just like figuring out ahead of time which ones mean which. I can never remember. And it's a very simple game. So quite a while back, about what, 2-3 years ago now, on the Court Records forums, which is like the premier, the biggest Ace Attorney fandom on the web, at least it was when I was there. We decided to do an Ace Attorney themed Mafia and try and do it as an online forum game and see how it worked out. Needless to say, we crashed Court Records. By the 5th round, we had so many people just coming and playing these games. We reached like 100 pages on the forum within the first day of play. And so many people just mashing the F5 keys on their keyboard to refresh the page for so long, we crashed the forums. We then got kicked off the forum. The game was no longer welcome there. So there was a mass exodus to a new site, and that's how the Court Records branch of Mafia was born. There was the AAO Mafia branch from Ace Attorney Online, which is like a multilingual forum, and they sort of picked it up shortly after we started it, and sort of got their own brand of Mafia going. Theirs works slightly different, but the keys are the same. And also, during that time, there was another offshoot, the VG Mafia, or Video Game Mafia, which do predominantly Mafia-themed rounds. The AAO, which is actually, they have a new name now, it's like Sashine Park or something, I can never say it, we call it SP. SP Mafia does basically the overall general Mafia. They do pretty much any theme. VG does the video game theme, and CRM tries to stick with an Ace Attorney theme. So those are the three main sites of all Mafiadom, for at least for this section of Mafiadom. They are part of the Mafia Alliance, which is the three sites are like sister sites to each other, and they sort of support each other, send people back and forth, advertise for each other's games and such. And those are that's the key of the sites. In each round, you have two main factions. You have the Mafia and the Town. No matter what happens, no matter how the game is set up, you will always have a Mafia and a Town. Sometimes you'll have like a third-party faction that's wild cards. We'll go into them in a little bit, but the Mafia have they work all in the shadows. They know who all each other are, and they try and twist the town into working towards their goals. They also have the night hit and the night phase, which I'll go over that when I cover phases. The town is the biggest group of the game. None of them know who each other are, and the only thing that they really have is the daytime vote, which I'll go over that in just a second with the phases. The phases are a day phase and a night phase. Usually the day phase is about 48 hours and the night phase is about 24 hours. During the day phase is when everybody votes. Town, mafioso, everyone has a chance to vote in the thread in public, saying, okay, I want to vote this person to be lynched. That is basically the town's only way of getting rid of mafioso. Unfortunately, it can turn back on the town and actually kill townies, which is actually usually the case. But the hope is that you get a mafioso. So that takes a lot of detective work, trying to figure out who is what, which is randomly shuffled out at the beginning of the game. During the night phase, it's basically the spam phase for the thread. People can go in, post pictures of puppies or whatever. That's usually what's expected to happen, because it's just 24 hours to give the Mafia the chance to send in their secret votes to the game master for who to hit. And that person is removed from the game, just like the person who is lynched. And there's a special thread set aside called the Dead Thread for spectators and dead players to go and comment on the game and curse at the living thread for how stupid they're being. Which is a very important thing. For stupidity, you don't want to be stupid. There was a saying that was lovingly stolen from the Professor Layton games shortly after they came out during Mafia rounds. And that was, critical thinking is the key to success. If you want to win at Mafia, you have to think critically. Take a look at every single thing that comes along and examine it. You don't have to jump on every little thing. I've had people jump on me because while we were talking on an instant messenger, I had a very long pause before I replied, and they jumped on me for that. Now, that may have been because I was also playing World of Warcraft in another window and was in the middle of being killed when they were asking me something, and they didn't know that. These are all things that you really have to think critically about. If you're not thinking critically, then you're either going to get yourself lynched by the town for just sheer stupidity, or you're just going to sit there half inactive the entire game going, what? Why'd they do that? You don't want to do that. You want to be a good player. So think critically. And this is actually going to bring us into some of the other sayings of the games, which I'm not going to go into them in full detail, but we have things like YFOM, or Wine in Front of Me, and FOS, Finger of Suspicion. Those are mentioned quite a bit in Mafia rounds. And if you want to learn about those, it's highly recommended, in fact almost required at this point, to take a look at the Mafia Alliance Wiki. We set that up specifically for new players to go and get a little bit more in-depth look at how different things work, and especially these different terms that are used in Mafia rounds. We've had so many times where we've used one of these sayings like Y-FOM, and somebody has stopped, scratched their head, and said, what does that mean? And then we have this whole chunk of the game thread taken to explain, 5 people posting at the exact same moment exactly what it means. We're trying to avoid that, so definitely take a look at the Mafia Alliance Wiki. That is a treasure trove of knowledge, and will give you a lot more advanced information about this game. So that's about all that I really wanted to tell you guys about. Be sure to, if you are interested, please take a look at these sites. I'm going to put the links to all 3 of them in the info box down below, and just check them out. See if there's a round that you'd be interested in. I know all 3 sites like to try and have rounds going regularly, so just take a look-see. This is actually a really great time to get started on CR Mafia, because we're actually starting to remix the original numbered rounds, which each numbered round is based off of one of the cases from the Ace Attorney games. We're going actually in order as they were released. So we're just finishing up the first case of the first game, and I'm going to actually be doing the second case of the first game, and not too long from now. So please do check out all 3 sites, and hopefully you can become a master mafioso. Just don't get lynched. So, this is Don out.